Hey team, Oska here, and thanks for tuning in for another week. It's hard to imagine that we're like 2.5 weeks away from Christchurch Marathon weekend, and I hope you guys have really enjoyed your training. I hope you've enjoyed following along with our training over the last few weeks. Hopefully we've managed to keep you guys entertained and you've been out there with some friends, having fun, hopefully with a smile on your face and you're feeling good about the race day that is to come. Get stuck into this episode. It's a bit chaotic with 4 of us. Kat's back this week. Anna's still here. We're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Hope you have fun, and we'll catch up soon. Hey, it's Oska from the Front Runner Colombo.
And Tom from the South Island of New Zealand.
And Anna from the Front Runner Colombo.
Why you guys laughing? I told you it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, because you said it would be funny.
That was so lame.
Well, where are you from, Kat? Back on track sports?
Oh, the top of the South Island.
I said it, Tom from the South Island.
Well,
Christchurch.
I guess everyone knows who we are now.
Yep,
Oh, and I'm Kat from Back on Track Sports.
Or no, you actually are from the top of the South Island soon.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
I get it.
Are we leaving that in?
Yep.
Okay, welcome. and you're listening to Run Special. We put the special.
Tom especially.
You're listening to Run Special, our weekly running podcast where we talk about the human locomotive movement Tom calls running up and down the island.
Of the South.
Just the South.
The whole idea is that we keep you company for one of your runs during the week in the hope that we perhaps entertain you. That me is Robbie Williams.
That's right.
Entertain you. Shazam's back this week, and you got to work on your Shazam game because Kat's Shazam. You know, like
Yeah.
you'll know it as Siri. We're a little older, so
No, I know what Shazam is,
So
but I don't know that song that you just sung.
yeah, it's.
That was the
Robbie
song they used to
Williams?
play at every Crusaders rugby game.
I
It's
got
a
Ran out.
classic.
It was a classic.
So there's 4 of us. This is going to be
Chaotic.
chaos, and so well done if you even start listening, and then well done if you get to the end of the 70 odd minutes. I got a funny Crusader story. Do you want to hear it, or should we just carry on?
Yeah, no. Tell it. Tell it.
So my little brother and I used to live with Mum, and my grandma thought that it would be like a good kind of manly thing if we always went to the rugby on a Saturday night. And so she bought us season tickets like 3 years in a row. And then, which is really nice of her, but like halfway through the 3rd season, I must have been about 11 or 10. And it's like pissing with rain and freezing cold. And Mum turned to us and was like, "Do you guys even like coming?" Like, nah. Just like, good, let's go.
Never been back since.
I took Indy to one game, and we were like sitting on the ground level, and they were doing a line out, and she was like, "These guys are really big, Dad."
I reckon it's going to be sick when the new stadium's open, though.
Hopefully Robbie Williams comes and plays.
Yeah, they'll have to bring it back.
Rock DJ? Yes, please.
Eminem's coming, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
Woo.
That'd be cool.
Take some illicit substances and watch Eminem.
I'll be there.
And it's no comment.
Sponsored by the Front Runner. I'll come down.
So yeah, I don't really know how to go about organising 4 of us, but we'll just see how we go. Yeah, we'll just see how we roll. Poll of the week. Oh, I made us an AI song.
No, we're not playing that.
Okay.
Oh, man.
No, we're not playing that.
I got on a roll with some AI songs at one point. It's so funny.
It wasn't a poll of the week, but I feel like we should start. I might even get people to vote on Spotify if they want us to include it as like the outro, because it's so good. Are you ready?
That's so cringe.
It's so good.
Can't believe AI can make songs now. Make it stop.
Well, that
death
made
metal.
us so cool.
That's supposed to be rap.
Yeah, that's not right.
Anyway, so I thought I might use that as the outro, so any of our top fans who get to the end of each episode can jam out of the car.
The full song.
The poll for last week was: do you wear deodorant? Do you put deodorant on before you go running?
Yep, absolutely.
Is that?
If it's in reach somewhere, yeah, probably. If I don't,
Yeah, I'm
no.
gonna get on that one.
We can tell.
Oh.
Savage. Some people did say that you were quite savage last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's nice.
They don't call me Anna Savage.
They-
I don't really understand. I've never heard that.
what did you say? What did you say earlier in the week when you were trying to hustle a deal at a Hoka for the expo stock?
Some great deals coming soon, you guys.
And I was like, good hustling. She's like, they don't call me Anna Hustler Gibbs for nothing.
It's true, I get called that all the time.
So the poll, have people forgotten that like we sweat for a reason?
Yeah, you need to sweat. It's not a bad thing.
But like, you sweat out of everywhere, not just your pits.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. It's just so you feel fresh and smell good.
Like, who?
I would hate to go for a run where I'm already like, just start sweating straight away and then just everyone else around you stinks
I
already.
will say running behind, especially guys, when they stink is like the worst.
So you must have voted yes. I hope you did.
I would say that I have it on in the afternoon, but like if I get up at early doors and go for a jog, I'm not putting it on.
I'm probably not thinking about it. to
Oh
be
yeah,
honest.
okay. If it's before like 7:30 a.m., that's acceptable.
But
'Cause
isn't
you're
it
probably
just
not
part
gonna
of your routine?
Well, Tom washes off in the pool every day anyway, so he doesn't need it.
Chlorine smells bad though. Like chlorine's probably just,
That
and when you
soaks
sweat
into your
chlorine,
skin.
it smells
Itches,
even
eh?
worse. Yeah.
So anyway, about 70% of the votes said yes, they put it on.
Yeah, good.
Good work, team.
Have you ever wondered, like if we all put lots of deodorant on, the world would smell different?
Probably. That's probably why they're trying to get
What
us
if-
to not do it.
What about if
Destroy the ozone
everyone,
layer.
if there was only one scent of deodorant that everyone had to wear, would you stop smelling it?
You probably would. You
But
get nose blind.
Isn't that how we find like our life partners? Aren't you attracted to their smell?
Pheromones.
Pheromones? Maybe that's your
That
problem,
is part
Tommy.
of it.
Don't know who's found their life partner yet.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't wear deodorant when I go running, so I'm pretty good.
Can't
So-
answer that question.
Maybe you should start running around with no deodorant on. They might just start swarming at you like flies.
Or running away, probably the latter.
It is a curse that you have. They move to London or
Oh.
back to the States. Anyway,
Getting a bit deep here, guys.
well, or in Tom's case, not deep enough.
Not even the tip.
And just like that, Anna realised last week was pretty subdued.
What do you call that? Just the hey, what's up? How you going? Text or
Yeah, it's not even a text, that's Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
how you got to roll with it these days?
Speaking of tips, Kat went and walked up a mountain tip.
I did. It's fucking hard. Do you guys like? Okay.
I mean, I hope the tip was
I was just going to say, are we like...
Tommy was hanging on.
Is
He was like, please, Cat, keep going. So I was going to jump in. Too late.
Fuck's sake.
Okay. Sorry, Mac. I mean, everyone's laughing right now as long as they're not at work. So, Kat, what have you been up to, mate? Why did we miss you last week?
Yeah, I was on my yearly family trip. We do one of the great walks a year. So this year we were pretty lucky actually to get onto the Milford. We booked it like opening day, and as usual, the site crashes like immediately. So somehow my brother managed to secure 7 spots for us. So
Do you think they'd be able to do something about that? Like, we live in a world where you can get internet in like Czechoslovakia in the middle of nowhere. Like, why are sites still crashing?
You're not wrong.
yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, Karen.
But yeah, no, it was cool. We were a bit lucky to even get on the track because the days leading into it, there was some pretty heavy rain and they were turning away people, which pain in the ass. Imagine you like are on the site to book your huts and stuff, and then you're all like down into Queenstown, and then they turn you around. And you can't even do your walk. But yeah, our 3-4 days were blue skies, sunshine, beautiful. So
How good.
it was pretty cool.
And so for those people that don't live in New Zealand, because we do have quite a few of those people now, where's Milford?
So the Milford Track, it's Fiordlands, and you start in Te Anau. You kind of get a boat from Te Anau up to the top of the lake there, and then you start the walk there. The first day is real simple. It's like 5K on the flat to the first hut. And then the second day is about 18K, and you go, starts off flat, and then you go a little bit up McKinnon's Pass, not right to the top. Brand new hut up there too. It's real nice. And then the third day is probably the hardest. You go right to the top of McKinnon's Pass. We unfortunately didn't get a view up the top. It was just like, yeah. And the night before, they were like, oh, if you want to go, because we had beautiful clear skies. Like, if you want to go up, it's about 3 hours return. You can go up, get your pics, and then come back down. I was fucked. I was like, this is 6-7 hours walk. I was like, there's no way I'm doing another 3. So I was like, I'll just risk it. And yeah, of course we got up there, and there was no view. It was just kind of blustery and cloudy and stuff.
Standard mountain conditions.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that day was definitely the hardest because you have a lot of downs and the terrain's pretty tough. Like, it's a lot of sharp, loose rocks coming down, or like river rocks. So yeah, and my ankle's not made for that. So I was struggling a wee bit. But yeah, took about, for me that day was like 6 hours, plus there's the little side bit you can do to the falls, which in my opinion 100% worth it. If you do go on that track, definitely do the falls. It's stunning. But yeah, got to the second hut, and then third hut, sorry, and then the next day, the last day was pretty it was a little bit boring. Like, it's all flat. It's about 18K again to get out, and you get to Sandfly Point, which lives up to its name, full of sandflies.
Sandflies are no good.
I saw a comedian on my reels. Tommy's smiling like he might have seen it, but it's a comedian that has no arms and no legs, and his opening line is like, "You guys think you hate sandflies?"
Oh, that's horrible.
That's just painful to think about.
I was like, that's a hell of an intro to a comedy festival. It's like, that is funny. It's pretty rough. And so you did it completely unsupported. So you guys were carrying all of your own stuff?
Yep. So we all had about 14 kgs on our backs. My pack seemed to get heavier at every hut because my dad was like, "Nah, you can carry the pots now. You can carry our food." And I was like, "Yeah, mean, chuck it in, whatever." But yeah, it's not too bad. I will say, like, I've done some pretty hard sessions with running, but I was way more sore after this walk. Glutes, hammies, calves.
Well, it's basically 4 days of a gym session.
Yeah, I feel like I was just squats every day. Yeah, for like 60, whatever Ks it was, 62 I think it ended up being.
So you could run it in a day.
Yeah, people do it. We saw people coming back the other way because I think you have to run the opposite way. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how they run up the pass. It's pretty steep.
Run in quotation marks.
Yeah, I mean, they probably don't run there, but yeah.
Nice.
I don't know about you guys though, but like, we're such good runners, but I'm a useless walker.
I hate walking.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard, and I'm so useless and slow.
I walk so slow.
Yeah, Katie refuses to go grocery shopping with me
Yeah, and the mall, like.
because I just drag myself around. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me. Thank God.
But do you think it's because we conserve, like,
Yep.
subconsciously, you're like, I'm not training,
I don't
therefore
wanna
everything
waste.
I do is as slow as possible, like, so that I can get ready to run again.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll go on a walk and I'll be miles off the back.
Yeah.
But I think for Tom and I, it's because we're in our own little worlds. We're just thinking.
Probably, yeah.
Tom's in his own little world right now, just thinking about the 4K, just swam 4.5K.
What was your favourite hut meal?
My mum freeze dry or dehydrates her own meals, so she made up this pretty mean mince mix. And
Mince.
Oh, it was so good. It's the best thing ever. Like, you get up there and it's like a home cooked meal, and you just chuck in some.
And it tastes like
mashed
10
potatoes.
times better after you've walked all that way, eh?
100%. Yeah.
What about snacks?
I was snacking all day. I had like my dried mangoes. I was the only one. Everyone laughed at me because I was like, bought my chocolate, bought my candy, bought the ginger nut biscuits, like, all this heavy shit. And I was like, I don't care, I'm taking it because it's delicious. And who wanted my snacks when we got to the hut?
Everyone.
Everyone wanted snacks. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I had 3 days just walking and didn't run. I did a wee run that first day only because the walk was 5K. But other than that, just kind of cruise. And there's no way I could have run. I got to the huts and my feet were like aching. Like, it's too much time on.
And did you wear boots to walk?
I wore the Heroes, the New Balance Heroes. Yeah, they were great.
Okay.
First time actually using a grippy shoe. And I was like, this is amazing. Why have
This
I
is
not
great
done this?
because when you go to Nelson, you're going to sell a few grippy shoes.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. So I know what these are good for. So, yeah, that was good.
And obviously, it's probably not amazing timing for the marathon, but probably not bad timing. How did you
Yeah.
mentally? How did you approach that?
Well, like when we booked this, we typically book end of March because it's after track nationals.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, and obviously I didn't do track nationals this year, and I didn't know that I was doing London back in October when they opened. So it was kind of just luck of the draw, whatever dates you get. And it just so happened it fell 6 weeks out from London. But honestly, like we've kind of blocked it where I've had 4 or 5 weeks of really hard work and then a down week, and then it just kind of lined up that this was my down week again. So, yeah, it was probably a good refresher.
Do you feel mentally a bit refreshed as well?
Oh, 100%.
Because I can say this morning we warmed up together, and I'm not mentally that fresh. I'm feeling pretty.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good actually. Yeah, and the session went really well. So, yep. So
Who said rest helped? Kirky
it does.
asshole. You don't.
Well, he
believe
had
me.
no choice. I was like, I'm doing the tramp, so make it work.
And did you think about running at all?
Nah,
How good.
not one bit.
That's
I was
so
like,
good.
Yeah.
And you're saying that your family, you don't really have arguments. So you did three days.
Yeah, I mean, if we do get in arguments, we kind of just hash it out there and then we get over it and it's fine. So
I don't know if I could.
If I have an argument with my family when I'm tramping, I'll just like walk ahead by myself.
and it just shuts down.
Shut
I'll
down.
deal with it later.
Yeah, exactly.
I just stop answering. I just
Yeah.
have no opinion.
Yeah, fair.
Like we have no choice but to continue.
And then you sleep, and then you have to sleep like right next to them.
Classic.
Yeah, so it's a good week.
Nice, man. It was nice to have you back. People were asking last week.
Well, you've only got me for this week and next week, and then I'm gone again. So
We're going to have to work. Well, Mac and I played with the online version of the software we used to record, and I think we'll be able to send you out with the extra mic, and we'll be able to ring you in every now and again.
perfect.
Yeah. People want
Keep
updates.
you in the loop.
People want updates. Speaking of updates, we had some World Indoor. This is kind of Tom's specialty. Did you watch much? It's hard on the time zone, eh?
Yeah, it was kind of. I don't know. It was a hard one to watch, but we did have some good results. Mr. Walsh taking out the gold, which
That
I
was
think was
cool.
pretty cool after
Yeah.
injury, and then Paris, and he's had a few issues since then, injury wise, and it's cool to see him get on the top spot again. And then Hamish got pipped for silver. I think Korean guy.
Woo.
Woo, yeah, his
He's
last name is
awesome.
actually Woo.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He won it.
Was there a
in-
photo of Wu on Hamish's
Yeah.
shoulders?
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
231, I think, and Hamish was 228, so still a really good jump. And then Zoe was 6th in the 60 metres, which is unreal.
Isn't it funny that like 4 years ago they weren't going to give her a chance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is,
There's a lot
mean,
of
I
times
know-
when they haven't given her a chance. Now
I-
she's...
I know that we like have bagged on Athletics New Zealand a wee bit in the last month, but doesn't that go to show just like
Yeah.
give them a go?
Give them opportunities.
Yeah. Anyway, Karen.
Yeah. And Maya and Laura were 16th and 21st, respectively, in the 1500.
That 15 final was nuts though.
Oh, I didn't actually see it, yeah. Who won? The Ethiopian.
Yep.
Yeah.
354 or something front run.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Indoors?
nasty.
Yeah.
Indoors.
that's filthy.
Yeah.
Holy. And obviously, old Jakob just
Got the dub.
anyone else may not have bothered turning up.
Well, I mean, they didn't turn up. Could have had Josh Kerr, could have had Yara, could have had a lot more
Why didn't Josh
athletes in
run?
there.
Is he hurt?
No, he got sick before Milrose,
Okay.
like really sick. But I don't know. World Indoors isn't like a huge event for a lot of people.
Aussie
but-
did real good.
It is cool to get it. I mean, it's still a world medal, so
I mean-
you want to show up for those events. I think it's good that Jakob shows up and
How's it go?
yeah, just like loves racing. So
And good opportunities for Maya and
yeah,
Laura to get in the mix in
Yep.
the heats, and
yeah.
you got to have a couple to like build some confidence and figure out we're going to get Laura on the pod, but she's messaging, struggling to get through the border in China, like, all these things she's trying to figure out. Like, it's crazy.
International travel. And then he didn't have Town, but Town made this semi-final.
Yep.
Didn't have a great semi, but looked really good in the heat.
That means 60 is pretty tough, eh?
Yeah.
It's pretty stacked.
Yeah. Big guys. Big guys doing fast things.
He's got how long till we see Sam Ruth in the mix? Well, I'd arguably say he's already in the mix.
Yeah.
He's racing Maury Plant this weekend with Tanner and a bunch of fast Aussies, Australian record holders.
Is that the 15 he's got?
Yeah,
Yep.
1500. So it'll be very interesting to see how he goes in that.
You thinking he just
Made
gets in the
358
mix?
look like a walk in the park. So yeah, I mean it should go out quickly. So as long as it strings out early, I think he's more than capable of running like 337 or something.
Fuck, that'd be
That's
awkward.
nuts.
It would be nuts,
Far
but
out.
I mean, you see how easy he ran 358.
Yeah, he was just cruising in that, eh?
Yeah,
Pretty amazing.
he was cruising. So and the 358 is
What, a 41? 40?
enough. 4 flats 41.
Okay.
Oh no, 4 flats 43.
Yeah, so it's
So,
about 16 seconds, isn't it? 17 seconds, they say.
So about 40.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think he's definitely capable of going sub 340.
Sky's the limit.
Sure.
It's
But
not
yeah.
actually. The sky's not a limit.
Keep on
Universe.
going.
Keep on. Shoot for the stars
There
and
is no
fall on your
limit.
face.
Infinite.
Buzz Lightyear. To infinity.
And beyond.
I love that Macca cut that clip up of you just bagging the Essex colours.
Well, I stand by. They were shit.
Yeah.
Like
Not if you like Toy Story.
they just aren't great colours. I'm
speaking
sorry,
of-
Essex. I like
speaking
your
of-
shoes, but
Speaking of what could have been shit, is if you had to sit on your seat post.
yeah. Oh, just
It's like, where is this
I was
going?
like, where is it?
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, just yeah.
So what? So
Unfortunate tournaments,
did we talk about the race last week?
No, I don't think so.
Did we just skip past it?
It was just a race. This is another race on the calendar.
Bike race.
Bike race, yeah, from Christchurch Marathon. It was really cool to be a part of, actually. But yeah, I unfortunately cracked my seat post like a few weeks back, and because it's giant, you can't just go buy them in the store, like proprietary parts. So you have to get them ordered in, and it wasn't really gonna. It was like touch and go whether it was gonna arrive here on time. So I took the gamble and tried to tape up the seat and
Didn't work.
hit a bump like down Colombo Street, which was literally
Seat's
like the
gone.
start of the race, and it just it stayed on fine. It just dropped like 2 centimeters, and you can feel it when it drops a millimeter. Like your knee just gets sore. So my quads blew up, like not even halfway up Dyers, and saw Flavio and a bunch of other guys go past me. And I was like, "Yep, all right, see you guys." I thought about turning around because a few people did that, and I was like, "No, I'll just ride it. I'll just ride it over there." Brother was racing, so it was cool to see. He did really well. But yeah, it was a cool race. Dangerous as hell. I can see why they put so many warnings in place. Because going down the bastard is dangerous enough on a nice day, but it was foggy. You couldn't see like the rider in front of you. It was that just
what I'm
relayed the
on.
road, like shingle on the road, so it was like riding on ice, and then obviously with the fog setting on the road, the cattle stops were like ice as well. So I think there was about 6 crashes down there.
And people don't take it slow.
No, they bomb it. Like they're racing it. So I mean, for me, it wasn't really too bad. I just kind of cruised down there. I was like, "Oh, I'm not winning anything here, so I'm just gonna do the ride." But yeah, apparently out the front they were ripping down there, and same thing over in Nakaro as well. It was foggy and cold up in the hills, and then as soon as you got like a little bit lower, it was nice. But yeah, it was a good day out. We biked like halfway back and went for a run afterwards. So
That's a
it
big
was a
day.
long day. Yeah, the boys rode home, so I think they did like 200k, which was
And Nick was like
Holiday.
4th, eh?
yeah.
Yep.
He had a mechanical as well. Bloody going down the bastard, one of his spokes broke, so he rode 80k with like a wobbly front wheel and a rattly wheel. Just
No thanks.
You're just not selling this to me, eh?
Yeah.
no,
Never
well,
get
I
into
mean
biking.
that's a really rare thing to happen. Having a spoke broke, it just means like one of the spokes isn't the same tension as all of the other ones. Like it might just be out slightly, and then you just hit like a bump at the wrong time, and it just blows.
Unlucky.
Yeah, so shit luck. But he still managed to get fourth. It was like photo finish for third and fourth, so I think he was quite happy with that. It's cool to see how quickly he's progressed from running to that. I think he's been riding a bike for 8 months, and one of the hardest races you get in New Zealand, that race. So it's on the right track, which is cool. But yeah, that was the race. Gonna be hard to keep it going, I think. I think there was maybe 500 just under 500, and they needed like 500 to like justify it with costs and stuff. So I mean, it'll be a shame if it gets pulled from the calendar, because it is a really good.
There's
really
not
good
that many
event.
pure bike races left, eh?
No, they cancelled the New Zealand Cycling Tour, which is like the classic circuit for track and field. So that's gone, which is a shame, because that was like 4 or 5 races around New Zealand.
Gotcha.
So they don't have that anymore. So Tour of Southland's kind of like the big one still standing, and then nationals and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's just traffic management's making it really hard to host any events on open roads these days. So maybe if they were a little bit more lenient on their costs and restrictions, it would free up a few more
Maybe if the
races.
general public just calmed down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like one day
Yeah, I know.
for
And
3 hours.
well, yeah, wasn't it like this week? The race is like a rolling closure as well. So like they literally close the road for probably 15 minutes for everyone to go past, and then they open it back up. So it's really not that much of a deal. But every driver in Christchurch seems to be in a rush for something, which is always amazes me in Christchurch. There's not
Always feel inconvenienced.
a whole lot going on, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not like we're fucking downtown Manhattan. or something.
yeah,
Just
like
chill out.
got to get to the stock markets or
I've
something.
never
like
understood that. When you can have 55,000 people closing New York City for the marathon, and we can't have for like the weekend,
Yeah.
and then we like people get all pissy about 3 hours of Kilmore Street.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah. So that was that.
What's next on the list?
Kat kind of already touched on hiking and
Hiking and shit.
hiking and shit is Mac, right?
Yeah, where do you shit when you're hiking?
And the
We had flush toilets. It was beautiful.
That is luxurious.
It was. Yeah.
Holy.
Only at the huts. I mean,
Yeah,
in between. No, but
just pop a squat off the side of the track.
people do. See little dots of toilet paper around.
Oh no, that's grim.
It's so grim.
Keep New Zealand clean, people.
Yeah, leave no trace.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then he's got Oska's 3x10 big boy workout.
Yeah, so I had my hardest, longest, most horrific week.
Most horrific. Oh no.
I'm
Last
glad
week.
you
Hardest and longest.
said it that way.
I could have said it was horrifically hard and long. Yeah. And then just let your imagination run wild on that one.
That's where I thought you were going.
Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So I found out after we finished recording, not last week, the week before, that Boston was off the cards to race. I'm still going for work. So I'm still going to go and do that, which I'm excited about. And the elite organizer was really nice, Mary Kate. It was nice to have a chat with her, and she was like, just a few things kind of meant that she couldn't pull some strings, which I totally respect. And actually her just getting back to me was like nice, because she didn't have to. Like, I'm a nobody when it, in terms of who they have in their race. So once I kind of got over myself that wasn't happening, and then readjusting to running Christchurch, which would be great. And I'll run the marathon, because obviously I'm in marathon shape. If I am to cross the finish line first, I'll be the first person to win every distance twice.
Ooh.
Which shows that I'm an idiot, but also getting old.
Did you ever contemplate changing to the half?
I did, and then I don't think I think I wanted to have, what it showed me was I needed to have a faster marathon time, and I felt like the preparation has gone so well that I can run a faster marathon time than what I've got on the board right now.
Yep.
And I really would, I think when I have a lot of proud moments with that race, obviously the kind of won my first big race back in 2016 against Milford, and the half, and then having our business name as the lead sponsor for 3 seasons, and then having won, other times. I think a race record, I see that as a pretty big motivator. That'd be cool to have won every distance twice, having been the lead sponsor of the event, and then holding a race record. I feel like I'd probably had done my time. I'd earn my stripes in that if I can make that happen. So Matt and I had a good chat about it, and he was like, well, it's obviously in your warehouse. It's just, does the day give us what we need, and can people get out of our way when we need them to? And the new lap is much faster than last year's lap. Like, it's going to be considerably quicker, as we kind of found out when we were warming up this morning, right, Kit? So that all went into kind of the decisions we were making. So I felt motivated to have a really good go. And obviously knowing the race directors and the managers really well, they're like, okay, how can we help you, clear the road? Where do you need stuff to be? They want a race record because they want to talk about it. I think it's like 1985.
It's got to go.
It has to go. I think Christchurch deserves that, to have something in the 2000s.
How did you find emotionally switching, from the disappointment of not racing to then motivation to race Christchurch? Was it quite quick? You kind of got over it?
You have to, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just, it's another opportunity. It's not like a negative thing. It's just, okay, well, that was going to be that, and it's not anymore. This is still good. And I think when you've trained so much, you're like, well, I have to use it for something, because I haven't spent much time at home. I've been pretty useless at work.
Yeah,
you have
sacrificed a lot. You want it.
Yeah, you have to. You made some
outcome.
choices, right? So you want an outcome, and I feel pretty bad if I just went, oh, too hard.
Yep.
So I think I was a bit upset for a day. I was kind of like, oh, that sucks. Well, it was me. But then at the same time, you're getting a paid trip to Boston. I'm going to see 4 or 5 brands. Like, that's going to be cool. I'm still going to be able to watch the race and all the elites they've got, which is an amazing field, and be part of that. And then obviously hometown. Let's be fair. We all know that me running Christchurch is pretty good for business.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll just be how organised we can kind of be in the week and the lead-in, and if I can do the least amount possible to be okay, which I think Anna and I are getting pretty organised.
Mostly.
So, mostly. But yeah, my big boy workouts, we decided we'd do something different, which was 3x10K.
3x10K.
Yeah. And honestly, it was pretty big, but I felt really good.
Where did you do it?
Round Hag.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, classic Hag, South Hag.
30K
Don't
running.
know how you guys
Oh,
do
man.
that. I get sick after 20 minutes around there.
But what's really interesting is, like, a marathon is locking in. Like, you can't, and we're going to talk about some mental stuff later, but you can't focus the whole time, because that's tiring. But you can be locked in for most of the time. And so when you do a workout like that, okay, it takes 3K to settle into each rep, so maybe a lap or so. And then you get into it and you're like, okay, well, I'm here because I can, I want to, like, fair enough, like, do it. And you just kind of, like, you're choosing to do it. I think it's no one's fucking making us.
And I also think you can do it
Yeah.
as well. It's just you have to stay focused for that time, and then it'll just happen.
What I really noticed was about myself was it took a little bit of time to settle into each rep.
Yep.
Is it like at the start of each rep, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this. But then by the time you get to 3 or 4K, you're like, actually, it's not so bad. So I ran the first one in 33:28, and then we floated a K back to the start of the loop. Second one in 32:40, and then the last one in 31:40.
Nice.
It closed in 6:10 last 2K or something.
And was Andy helping you?
Yeah, we did the first 2 together, and then I ran a little bit quicker on the last one.
He really helped me out on my big 30K the other week. It was good. We went out and did the 10K, the half motorway half course. Yeah, out and back. So it was 10K out, 10K back, and then I suffered 10K by myself around the park. But yeah,
you need some company, I think, for
makes
that,
a difference.
for those workouts. So yeah, and then the good thing about like the way we've done training this time is I don't have any set days. It's just as I feel when I feel. So I didn't run long run on Sunday. I waited till Monday and did 2.25 hours, and then this morning did 12 by 3 minutes, basically 12 by a K. And that this morning kind of sucked, but that's all right. My rolling average is like 185k for the last 7 days, so I should feel like shit. I might even take a rest day next week.
No, you won't.
Okay. I feel like Kat's trying to use reverse psychology right now. I'm thinking about Monday just not running. I might go for a swim. I'm thinking about not running.
I'll believe it when I see it.
She's applying pressure. So that's me. How about you, Anna? What's happening?
My training week last week was non-existent, unfortunately. I got pretty sick. And so couldn't do anything. I haven't run since City to Surf until yesterday. I did a jog and it was my normal easy heart rate and I was running 2 minutes per kilometre slower than I normally run on an easy run. So that was quite humbling. And so obviously I was supposed to be doing the Christchurch half in 2 and a bit weeks. But I've decided with my coach Andy Good, shout out, that I might give it a miss because I want to give it a really good crack. And so I think I might readjust and do the Selwyn half marathon.
Which is June?
June 1st.
Yeah. King's birthday weekend.
Yeah. Which Christchurch used to be at.
Yeah.
And the weather was always trash.
Yep. So I was
Until
kind of
someone
that's going to be pretty cold. But
It's a flat course though, so
Yeah.
I think it's pretty nice if you want to go try and run fast.
yeah, and I feel like I was starting to feel a bit burnt out with everything going on with working. Obviously, uni, it's a very busy time of the semester coming up to the end of the first term. And so I just felt like it would be the way that I could give everything my best shot. So, yeah.
Now you can work the expo.
Yeah, so that's a bonus for Oska. So now you can find me at the expo tent from 6:30 a.m. on the day. 6:30 till probably 6:30 p.m.
Do you feel a bit of relief making that decision?
Yeah,
you
I
were
feel
a bit
like-
antsy about it last week because you were like, I could be okay, I might be okay. You had a niggly hip.
Yeah, there was just a few things stacking on top of each other, and I was feeling a bit. It wasn't feeling like. I want to go into the race feeling really positive about it, and I didn't feel like I would be able to go into it positively. And it is a big work weekend for me. I'm doing quite a bit of the organisational stuff behind the scenes with Oska and Sam, but there's a lot to do, and I just feel like it will take the pressure off that weekend a bit.
I also feel like especially with the flu, it knocks you back so hard. And then even when you're feeling better physically, it still sucks for at least 2 weeks getting back into running. You're heavy, you just feel trash. So
like yesterday, I just literally felt like I was dragging a bag of bricks behind me.
Yeah,
it sucked, but yeah,
that's all right. I think you made the right decision.
Yeah,
because you haven't sounded good for a week.
No, this is me sounding 80% better, and I still a bit rough, but that's okay.
That's all right. So we're a real different collective of athletes right now. What about your week, Tommy? Tommy's checked out.
he's zoned. I told you.
Oh, no, I
You
was,
made
just,
40
I was just
minutes.
listening. That one. It was pretty normal, although I can't ride because the seat's broken. So
You could. You just don't want to peg him.
I'd rather not. It's rather uncomfortable.
How do you know?
Nah, it's just. I mean, the seat's fine. It's just the seat post. It just keeps dropping. So
Why don't you just put it down all the way, ride it like a BMX?
no, it's just blow my knees out. No, so I just got to wait for that the new seat post to arrive. But apart from that, it's just standard. Just 5 days running or something, and then swim.
You had your longest swim ever yesterday.
Yeah.
And then you had your longest ever swim today.
Yeah.
What about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Longest
No,
ever
no
swim?
swim tomorrow.
No.
I've decided it's time to jump in with a group, which has been it was first swim this morning, so that was quite good. Did 4.5k. So
You're just hanging on to feet.
no, I was in the slow lane today, and it wasn't actually too bad. So I'd probably jump up to a lane fast and neck on Friday, And then I'll be hanging on to feet, yeah. Nah, but it's good. I mean, it was the longest time I've been in the pool as well, and it didn't actually feel that bad. I think it's just a lot because you're running off a clock when you're with a squad, and when you go by yourself, you're just like, oh yeah, I can give myself like a minute's rest here or something.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas there, it's like 15 seconds, boom, gone. Like you just got to go, which will help with like overall fitness as well in the water, and that's kind of what I need. My coach has been at me for like not swimming enough, so.
Do you feel like that's your last like commitment into all in for try?
Oh yeah,
That you were just like, I could go back to rowing full time, and then now you're like, oh, I'm joining a squad,
in.
so I'm in.
No, yeah. I mean, I think, in terms of, I'll take try more seriously, but I still want to do all the racing events that I can, like that are local. Like obviously Christchurch Half, and then National Cross, just because it's here, and then they'll probably jump in some relays and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, racing wise, there's honestly not really a lot until the end of the year now, anyway. So in terms of running, I'll do Cairns next, which is like June, and then Sunshine Coast at the end of the year. So
Training for Cairns in the middle of winter.
yeah, it's gonna be rough. I mean, there's just be a lot of trainer rides, I think, in the garage with the heater on.
Yeah, Henry's go to. All the windows closed in front of the fire
It's not fun.
with jackets on. Straight into the spa afterwards. And then,
It won't be too bad though, I don't think, because like Cairns won't be crazy hot.
It's still like 30, 32.
Yeah. I think last year was
It's
20.
pretty warm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is not like 20 is not bad.
I can confirm 20 felt very hot at the end of the Gold Coast Marathon.
Yeah. It'll feel hot. But it won't be, I don't think it'll be like crazy hot. So I don't really mind, to be fair. I'd rather run in 30 degrees than 5. So
Yeah, fair.
I hate the cold. Like the heat a lot more. Purely from like a asthma breathing point of view. So heat don't bother me too much, I don't think so. Yep, those are the next ones on the card. But yeah, just hopefully see what I can run in a half marathon. Get some shockwave on the Achilles to hopefully kick it in the arse.
My plan is just to
Get it
hang
going.
on to you
Yeah.
through halfway.
I think,
Unless you're running 305s.
No, I don't think I'll be running 3 or 5.
Because then I probably won't.
Yeah.
Do you have a goal for your half, Tom?
I'd like to run under 67. Would be nice, but I don't know. I haven't done one before unless it's been off a bike, so I really don't know how the body will actually respond. I feel like 310s, between 310s should be doable, based off what I can run for 10k, but everything's in theory.
Nothing prepares you for that 16k
Yeah,
mark.
exactly.
Like,
I've hit it in the, like, obviously off the bike and stuff, but I think it's a little bit different because you're not really running at threshold, you're more running at tempo pace, but it feels like threshold because you're fatigued. So yeah, I'm excited to just go have a crack, and I don't know, I'm going to go out conservatively, and then hopefully a few boys will go out too hard and start to catch some bodies on the last lap.
you know that Mr. Metronome here is going to run 316s for
Yeah.
basically as long as possible.
So if I'm getting past by Oska at 15k, then I've done something wrong.
Yeah. Or
I've gone out way too quick.
Or I've made
you've
some
gone
real bad choices.
You've gone out way too fast. We'll both look at each other like, oh shit, what have we done?
If that happens, I'm feeling myself.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
So we're quite fun, I think. It's always a good event. A lot of people show up, and last few years it's been nice weather.
Yeah,
So,
and we're going to have an awesome weekend.
yeah.
So we've got, we're going to have the official shakeout run
Oh yeah.
on the Saturday at 9:30.
Yeah.
And that is basically in conjunction with like us as the podcast, the Run Club, and the Christchurch Marathon. So that'll be open to the whole public, and we'll do like a little lap of the park, sort of the last 3.5k or so of the course. Everyone kind of see where it goes, and then the whole Saturday we will have expo, and Anna has been working away in the background at getting. We're going to have stuff from Hoka, Essex, Saucony, Puma. Who am I missing? On. Is that everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And then Will from like Feature Socks and Spy Belt, he'll be there. Amando's going to be there with all the Precio. We should have our new Run Club kit. Like we've got a 15 by 3, like 45 square meter tent this year. Like Anna's getting more and more anxious as so I'm just
explaining it.
yeah.
Lot to do.
But it's going to be an awesome weekend. And then obviously the races on Sunday, we're still going to be open for expo stuff on the Sunday as well.
Yeah, and there'll be some pretty good deals. So won't want to miss out on that.
And this year we will have a few bit of racing product down there, bits and pieces that we have extra. So that's going to be cool. And then also Say Sky arrived last week. Say Sky clothing. So come see that. Jump online, have a look. The samples from Bandit left New York. So we'll have Bandit clothing to look at. I've got a sports bra for Cat with gel pockets.
Oh, actual.
Yeah.
Sick.
It should arrive early next week. And then I had word from Jordan, I don't know if you saw that email, Anna, from Jordan at Tracksmith that our stuff should be shipped Friday or something.
And should hopefully be here before the marathon.
Yeah, we just need to... I think it takes longer than people think it does to get stuff up and ready to buy.
Yeah, because it all comes in boxes and it's never well organised.
No, it's a bit...
if you get all the boxes at once.
Yeah, well, that's true. Couriers, you got one job, just deliver stuff on time together. Anyway, so our special thing we were going to talk about today was the mental side of running. Now, I got asked this question by someone on Saturday. Oh no, not asked. It was a suggestion that we could talk about. To, I guess, explain to people how we can run. I don't know, 12 hours a week, or bike 20 hours a week, or whatever. And I thought it was an interesting topic because I don't think it's something, well, particularly the three of us have never really talked about together. So it'd be interesting because we probably all have different ways. I don't know. Help me out here. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it.
I mean, I just... You go.
I just know that there's an end goal, and that to achieve that end goal, I have to suck it up and do what's on my... seriously, that's what I need to do. And so I break it down day by day or workout by workout, and then just kind of...
I feel like with at least all of you guys knowing you and your personality types and my partner Henry, who's a triathlete, I think that it's just something in your brain, it just switches. You just got that dog, and you're just like, okay, this is what I have to do, and I'll just do it, which I know is not entirely helpful.
But that's exactly how my mind
it's just
thinks
like
about it.
It's just like, okay, I've got no option.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Tom?
Tom thinks about it a bit more.
I'm a bit more complex than that, but I'm glad I looked that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably more simple than that. I don't even think much into it.
Cool.
It's the most Tom quote ever.
I mean, the thing is, I do think about
Tom
something.
changes his sessions halfway through.
My coach gives me the option. No, I don't even. I mean, to be fair, no one's forcing us to do this. We're not getting paid to do it either.
No, that's why it's so weird that we're so focused on doing it.
I think obviously if it's your full-time job and everything, then you're probably more inclined to have that dog mentality. But because you're like, shit, well, I have to earn a living off this. This is how I'm making income. But for us, it's more I think it's more just the years and years of doing it. It's just, I don't even think about it. It just happens.
It's a habit.
Naturally. It's routine. And it's honestly worse when I'm not doing it. I think more about why I'm not doing it than,
That's the truth, man.
Yeah.
It's the guilt that gets you when you don't do it.
I should probably be doing something right now, but...
I realised yesterday that I hadn't done my core 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
The guilt.
Yeah.
It's like I cheated on my wife. It was like.
Isn't that horrible that we have to deal with that though? It's
a little bit.
Now we just feel guilty if we don't do exactly what's on our program.
I think. Oh,
sorry. Do you think that if you guys, when you stop competing at a high level of your sport, do you think that you will continue to to train, or do you think that it will just be like, okay, I'm doing nothing?
I'm terrified of that day.
Yeah.
I have always thought about it. It's like,
Yeah.
am I going to be like this miserable person that needs to keep training?
It's something that I've asked a number of mentors that I've got, because the time's coming, right? Like it's coming at some point in the next 5 years or 4 years or whatever. Like, we're going to get to a point where like your body is not going to work the same as it does now, and all of them have just said you just know, and if you don't know yet, then you're not ready. Like, and if you like,
I think as soon as the desire goes to achieve something, then it's just like, okay, well,
and
that's done.
That's like when Kat asked me, did you feel upset about Boston or Christchurch? That's how I know I still want to do it, because it's like, not really, because I'm just going to do this. Like, burning desire would be great. There's a couple of questions. We're getting some interesting things happening on the screen. There's a couple of things in there. One is, I think the mentality for me has always been like, I'm choosing to do this.
Yeah.
And I want to do it, and I can do it. Like, I would say 95 out of 100 times, like, those three things are really important, because particularly as you get a bit older in your life, you have more outside commitments from sport. It's really easy when you're 22, 23, 24, because you just had nothing. You're just like, oh, I'll just do whatever I want. And so the choice to do it, like, was you just went and did it. There wasn't repercussions. But now for me, with, 2 kids and a business and whatever, like, when I'm in doing my workout, I'm choosing to do it, and I want to do it. And then the last part of that is the session, the heart. This morning is like, I haven't got a lot of energy. I know I need to do this because it's my last kind of big workout, so I know I can do this. Those three things are quite important, I think. And listening to Gordon Walker, who's Lisa Carrington's coach, our most successful ever Olympian. Is that right? I think she's like,
probably,
or Olympian of all time. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy.
Yeah, like that's and that he kind of said something similar. He's like, with her, she's chosen to do another 4 years because she wants to and she can. So I think that's kind of important in terms of like the mental stuff. While you're doing a race, which I think is probably more the question that we've been asked, no race is the same.
Yeah,
I'd say that first. And
100%.
And the way you approach it, every race, you can do your best to kind of control the things you can and try and limit the damage of the things you can't. Like, and then you start. But I think you have to start with a positive mindset. If you start, let's say, if you had gone to the start line of Christchurch half marathon, thinking like you were going to have a shit experience before you even started, chances are you probably would. Like, I think the three of us have figured that out the hard way sometimes. So you have to be there in a positive mind frame, focused and ready to go.
And sometimes you really have to actively reframe that for yourself too. Like, it's not just, you don't just always feel positive about things, even if they've gone really well, but it's like, okay, I'm here and I'm going to do like the best that I can under the circumstances today.
And I just remind myself to smile, because I actually want to do it. I want to, this is going to hurt. And pain's a funny thing. Like, pain doesn't exist, really.
It's made up in your mind.
Well, but it is, because it changes. Like, it's not, what hurts us today might not tomorrow. Like, it's a weird thing, the relationship with pain. I don't know how you guys deal with it, but one thing Quinny always said to me was like, acknowledge it, make space, and live with it. Like, and obviously you have a physiological limit or a genetic limit that you can't. Otherwise, we'd all run an hour 58 for a marathon. Like, you have an end kind of thing, but to reach your potential, you kind of, okay, this hurts. I acknowledge that it hurts. It's okay that it hurts. I'm going to carry on.
Some of the best advice I got from my Tulsa coach actually was, don't be scared to hurt. And so you just kind of, acknowledgement of it, I think, is a big...
I think if you try and squash it and ignore it, I don't know if that's very helpful, because it tends to come back swinging.
Yeah.
Like,
it's going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. And yet, and again, it's that want has to be bigger than the feeling of it. I don't know. I don't know.
If you guys were in a race and you were noticing that, like, mentally, or even a workout, like, mentally it wasn't quite going, like, your mind wasn't playing ball, do you guys have any strategies that you use to kind of try, like, get out of the mindset a bit?
I have cues, like word cues that I'll like keep smooth. I'll tend to break the workout down a lot smaller than it already is. So either like get to the next K or in South Hagley, get to the next corner or the next tree. But yeah, just and break it down into more manageable bits, I suppose. It's my tip.
Not really.
Tom's learning today.
Tom's just a simple man. He's just a simple man.
Oh, I think my biggest, I don't know, like attribute is I don't really let my emotions get too far anyway. Like I don't get excited if I do a good workout, or I don't get upset. Like I think that's probably comes from more just being injured for so many years. I'm kind of just like, oh, if I can run, that's great. Like if I can do a workout, that's great. Like for 18 months, I couldn't do anything. So like any kind of running or exercise is a bonus for me. And I don't know if it would be the same if I wasn't injured, but I also think like with the pain side of things, like a lot of the time in track, the workouts were so much harder than the race.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's like racing's the easy part. You kind of just
racing's
show
the
up
fun
and
part.
do what you've been doing. That's why I always find it funny when people like get really worked up for the race and they change everything from like, oh, I've got to have this pasta for dinner, I've got to do this. And it's like, what did you do for your workout? Like your workout was probably harder than what you're going to do. So why are you changing everything up? Just keep it exactly the same. And people put a lot of like, I think pressure as well. It's
a good word.
People sometimes, well, I mean, there is outside pressures as well, but there's really not. Like it's only the pressure you put on yourself.
For us and anyone listening, it's self-created.
Yeah, it's all
Like
on you. It's like, I mean, yeah, your parents or your friends are going to be like, oh, maybe he didn't race as much, like as fast as he wanted or do as well as he wanted. But really, it's like you don't really care about necessarily what they think. It's more like, oh, I have a goal in my head. So it's more the internal pressure you create from yourself that kind of gets to people, I think. And they change things up because they think they need to
I think
do
that
this to do better.
the turning point for me was just not giving a fuck.
Yeah, you can't.
Like basically the only person, or there's two people that I care about what they think in this realm is like, so what does Katie think?
Yeah.
Because she's making big sacrifices or choices so that I can do this. And the other one is Matt.
Yeah.
Anyone else, they can have an opinion.
Yeah.
Like
everyone's going to have an opinion.
And you know what Shrek says about opinions. Like it's, there's some other people that I would respect their opinion on stuff, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I'm only really and sort of answer to Katie, really.
Yeah.
And then Matt, we've worked together for 10 years and he's helping me. So it's like, okay, if I have a bad day, I want his feedback and his response because that's important to me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I pour 6 months of my life into a marathon and don't have a great day, the only one I'm answering to is myself and Katie.
Yeah.
It's sort of, so once I got rid of someone might pass me or someone might run over the top of me or I might lose today, it was like, oh, that's actually really enjoyable. Because it doesn't matter. And then the mentality is, I'm going to bleed. And so, Tom, if you want to beat me, you're going to have to bleed.
Yeah.
Like, and if you beat me and I've bled, well done, bro.
Yeah.
Wicked. Like,
Yeah.
And I think with you, Kat, I just got cues. And
Cool.
I think people would be amazed at how little we can break races down into. Like through bad patches.
Yep.
Yeah.
It can come down to counting to 10 on an arm swing.
Yeah.
If you,
I've done the countdown from 30 seconds many times.
yeah. You're like, okay, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. And you're just counting the arm swing and then it gets to 10. I'm like, okay, go again.
Go again.
And then it's like when I had Stitch in the Goldie and I ran my PB. That's what I was doing. I was
Yep.
like, okay, count to 10, try and get through the Stitch. No, he hasn't gone. Count to 10 again.
Yep.
Like find ways
Yeah.
to just like be there and do it.
Yep.
You kind of just distract yourself from the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of this is so silly, but there was a famous line from like some of the Kenyan athletes, and you should literally is just be dumb and run.
Yeah.
You should not think about like if you've got too much stuff going on in your head, you're probably not in the race.
I have a little thing in the workouts where I'm like, bro, just get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Stop thinking.
That's a real work on for me, I think. Just like the
good on
yeah.
you. It drives me nuts.
If you can I mean, my cue is normally just smooth as fast. Like just try kind of go head to toe and try relax everything. If you can relax your jaw, if you can relax your neck and shoulders and then your arms and then just let it flow.
Yep.
It's often a good way.
One thing
Breathing.
Smithy said to me was like, it will feel harder than you will like it to.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I feel really at peace at that.
It's never going to feel easy.
But I think once you you think it's going to be really bad, like quite often it doesn't actually end up that way.
Well,
but
you're
you're
okay.
prepared for it.
Was your best race the easiest one?
No.
Yes.
Mine always is.
No.
Yeah. The best race I've ever done, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like I
Feels
didn't
like
even,
nothing.
Yeah, it should feel like Twilight. You're just on the zone
I
and it
haven't
doesn't.
got there yet then.
Yeah, okay.
It's coming. It's
race.
Christchurch.
It's
It's
race,
Christchurch.
Like genuinely best race I've ever done. I was like, oh, I could have gone way faster. Like it felt so easy, but then you just ran like a 10-second PB. You're like, what the hell just happened?
I'd agree with that,
Yeah,
sort of.
on the track. It's
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, I
maybe on
think
the track.
track's different.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that goes back to like track training's harder than
Yeah.
the race, whereas like the marathon's probably going to be harder than some of your workouts.
Well, here's my last thought on it.
Yeah.
When you're doing a long distance event, and I would say half marathon and marathon, I think 10K is probably more like track and that.
Yeah.
Because I'd agree, when I run my 10K PB,
Yeah.
it was smooth and you were just
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and you probably couldn't run any faster, but you couldn't run any slower, but you think you could have run a little harder maybe,
Yeah.
but you still might not have run any faster. Like
Yeah.
But
Flow state.
if you're running a half marathon or a marathon, there will be a point in the race where you have to choose how much you want to
Make it hurt.
make it hurt.
Yeah.
And then we call it like you got to walk through a door.
Yeah.
And there'll be a point where you're like, am I taking the hard way or am I backing off?
Gear 6 or handbrake on.
Yeah, it's like and you make a choice,
Yeah.
and sometimes the choice gets made for you because either you're hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
But you always try and pick the door like, okay, I'm going to give this a really good go.
I think again, to reiterate that, if you're in the zone, those choices come without
Quite
even
quickly,
thinking.
yeah.
You're like, okay, well, shit. Okay, the race is going. Do I go or do I not go? If you're on your A game, you just go. You don't even question it. You're like, okay, I've gone with them.
Yep.
So
I'm here now.
I'm here now. Like it should just naturally. But I think that comes down to your preparation as well. Like it's the same as what I said with Sam Ruth. It's like if you're at that level or you're in that race, like you won't question it. It will just happen, and you just go with it. And it's the same with any kind of race, really. Like if you've done the work, you should be ready to go.
It just comes down to that I want to and I can.
Yeah.
And the confidence from everything. So.
Yeah.
Good chat. That was pretty philosophical for
So
us.
smart.
We're so smart. We're so smart. Meg is cutting that up for sure. Damn it.
It's going to put something next to it, like, real smart.
Yeah, that's smart. So we talk about some shoes.
Yeah. Clifton 10, eh?
So for the first time ever, Hoka sent us shoes early that we can't sell
Yeah. On accident.
on accident. The warehouse.
By accident? On accident? I don't know.
Oh,
I think it might be by accident. Who's the...
by accident? With a Y, not an I.
I've never really thought about it, but I used to.
Yeah.
What am I going to do when Kat's not going to laugh at my stupid jokes?
Because me and Tom just go,
Don't we record some laughs?
Yeah.
You can just push the button.
Push the button. Made me feel way better. No, so, I mean, we've been talking about this a little bit for a while. It's due an update from Clifton 9.
Well, Hoka has... Yeah.
I'm not... Yeah.
Stepped away from what made Hoka Hoka.
Oh, okay, you take it away, Tom.
Well, I kind of feel like Hoka was notorious for 5 mil drops. 4 mil, 5
yeah.
mil drops. Like, nothing was ever over 5 mil for them. And now they've got a racing shoe that's 7. And now they've beefed this up to an 8 mil drop. Which I think feels a lot better. And it makes more sense to me, having an 8 mil drop for a shoe that rocks and they have a slight bend in the front.
So this isn't a Hoka anymore,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it. No, I'm kidding. But
So they've moved to a supercritically formed compression molded EVA. What does that mean, Tom? there was a lot of acronyms. No,
it's a more responsive EVA compound than just standard EVA. So we'll squish a little bit more and it'll bounce back a little bit more.
Definitely. It doesn't feel dead anymore.
Yeah.
Which I think the Clifton 9...
Yeah.
just felt a bit dead. And the 8mm pitch definitely makes you feel like you land on top of the rock.
Do you think they've done that to make it still feel like it has a rocker because it's not as stiff in the front?
You could hypothesize.
I am hypothesizing.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't disagree with it.
ADHD is just going all over the show.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with it.
Yeah.
What else have they done?
I think they've kept the same stacks, 42, 34. Black stack in the back. Was it 42 in the last one?
I don't remember. No, I think I feel like it's two more in the back and
Yeah.
then two less in the front.
Yeah, okay.
Like to
So
get
just
it
more,
to,
more slight.
get it to 8.
278 grams, so possibly a little bit lighter than the 9.
That's a pretty good effort for 42. So this now is the same stack height as a Nova Blast.
Mm.
And Nova Blast is what, 20 grams lighter?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
40 something.
Yeah.
If you were in a Clifton 9, would you go to a Clifton 10?
What's going to be interesting is it's a really good question, Anna, and now my brain has allowed some more glycogen to come into it. We've often sold the Clifton as like Achilles rehab shoe because of the lower, or the Achilles sheath rehab, because of the lower pitch.
Yeah.
So you kind of got less knee flexion. The shoe kind of rolled you off the front. You had less range of motion in the big toe and the ankle joint to go forwards. And then obviously the cushioning had some advantages to the tendon shock of hitting the ground. So the answer to your question, Anna, is maybe.
Good start, yeah.
Right on.
I think this is now a running
It's more of a running shoe.
I think so. And I think it'll open up more. People will probably feel more comfortable in it.
Mm.
I don't know if the people who have been running in a 5mm will even notice the extra 3mm drop.
No.
It
Still feels like there's a big rock. It just doesn't feel like you're rocking on your heel as much.
What we should have done is had a look at the bevel on this might be more aggressive too. So
Yeah.
if you are that sort of heel striker, you may still feel it the same.
Yeah.
You just have to come up over the back of it a little bit more.
Yeah.
What's going to retail for? 300? 290?
Yep, 300.
300?
Yeah. Aside from that, up is pretty similar. Like, it's pretty standard Hoka upper.
Looks like they've gone a bit more plush in the collar.
Yeah. And it'll still be available in all the widths
Yeah.
and all the colours.
April 17th.
April 17th, release date. I think now it competes in that sort of, I mean, can you call it max cushion? You can't really. Like, because there's max cushion.
Yeah. It's not the max, it's just regular, I guess. This is like the normal now, 40 mil.
Wings on. No,
Yeah.
Stop it. What was I thinking?
It'd be an interesting update to see how people respond to it.
I think more people will like it.
Yeah. It's going to be more universally accepted, I think, by more people.
I feel like they've changed the shape in the toe too.
Possibly, yeah, made it a little bit different.
Because I felt like the fit of the 9 was like real baggy on top, but kind of short on the toe. And so you had like heaps of volume in the top. So, no, I think it's good. Be interesting. I might even run it up here. There you go. You heard it here first.
There we go. Let's go in a pair of Hokas.
Hey, it's happened. I used to wear the. Do you know I had a pair of Clifton 1s?
Yeah. They were
Damn,
chunky
you're old.
boys.
Yeah, I had. The green and blue ones.
Yeah.
They were dope.
They were humongous.
Well, they weren't. They were less than that.
Yeah, no, but they just
Oh, yeah.
humongous.
Because I had a real bad calf, I think. But the funny thing was I couldn't run very far in them. Only about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I got sore. And then I read somewhere that we shouldn't run in max shoes because it lowers our bone density, and I got scared.
Lowers your
No,
bone
everyone's-
density.
Yeah, because hitting the ground.
Oh, it takes away the
Strength.
impact.
Yeah,
I get
because
you.
hitting the ground, and I think they might have thrown that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any proof of that.
I mean, there's not a lot
I
of
think
proof.
you still get enough
Yeah.
impact.
Okay, we need a poll. Have we been recording for a long time?
Yeah.
We need a poll for next week. We need a poll.
We are so out of ideas.
Do you find walking harder than running?
Oh, yeah. Who are our sucky walkers? Me.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't know. We'll think of this one. I think we'll have to.
Mac has put here, what point is a niggle an injury? But I feel like I don't want to get in there and talk about that.
I'll answer it for you.
It's too grey.
Oh, what's your running metric? Oh, that's not really a poll.
It's not a poll.
A niggle is an injury when you can't run anymore.
Correct.
Literally, like.
What do you find hardest about the mental? Oh. Are we supposed to still be talking? I thought we were just discussing this.
No, we're just chatting.
No cuts.
No cuts.
No cuts.
Oh wait, it's.
No. Did I have anything else that I wanted to say today? You guys keep talking about stuff. And
What
things.
about mental when running? Do you do like the cues? I don't know. Or what do you find hardest about running, the physical or the mental side?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mental. Marathon training, mental.
I think
Track
mental
running.
for me.
Track running, physical. And then marathon.
Yeah, well,
and
track
mental.
running, you're kind of at a like. Your genetic, like your physical makeup puts a bloody.
I don't know, but
end
when I
result on
smell
that.
the hot track, it just makes me so nervous.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
when you walk into the stadium
Oh, yeah.
and you smell it, and it just gives me like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to be here.
It's so bad that I just don't get nervous for like anything anymore.
I
I got
found
more nervous swimming in the pool this morning than I do for a track race.
I found an interesting thing in the supermarket this week.
That's for
Nads for
Oh,
men
yeah.
down
Oh,
under.
stay away from
Okay,
that.
so here's
Did
that.
you get it?
No, so
Oh.
so here's our poll question for the boys.
What?
Would you put hair removal cream down under?
No. I don't know what's on that stuff. I don't want to be putting that anywhere near man.
Tough. It says gentle on sensitive skin and tough on coarse hair.
Jeepers creepers.
Oscar tried out this week and let us
I'm
know.
not doing that.
Yeah, you can
That
try
is
it
one
out. You
is-
can be the test dummy.
That is one Instagram ad.
Katie, let us know how it is.
Is that with an IE or a Y? Did I send you that one? I can't read that out. I might,
Jeepers.
anyway, okay, I'll stop.
Poll will be on the story.
Yeah, it'll be up on Instagram. Run Club.
Oh yeah, Adidas.
Yeah.
Adidas or Adidas?
All day I dream about sex. Did you guys used to make that acronym at
Yeah.
school?
Adidas.
Oh, no, I use
I think
sport.
it's Adidas.
All day I dream about sport kids.
Oh, actually, am I going to get a message and getting this wrong, like from Marshall?
You might.
What is it? Adidas or Adidas?
Adidas.
Adidas.
Adidas. Yeah, because
Adidas.
Okay, that just
Adidas?
sounds like you're
Adidas.
putting on like
Adidas.
some sort of fake
Adidas
accent.
or Adidas? I don't know.
I think
Adidas.
Adidas.
You can get us for that.
No, so last night we had Run Club. We had about 60 people. We did a Mona fartlek. Everybody
loved it.
Everyone loved it.
Why is it called a Mona fartlek?
Steve Monganetti,
Oh yeah, cool.
Mona fartlek.
He invented it.
He invented it, and he ran very fast in shoes that were not very quick.
Yeah, did.
He also told me that my wrists were the right size, that I could be a good distance athlete because I could fit my.
How do you
I don't
figure
know.
that?
There was
Then
no.
why aren't I good distance
no
athlete?
We had a training camp in Rotorua, and he came out once, and Aaron and I, and then that was the same training camp. One of the S&Cs got us to do like plyos after our 2.5 hour long run. I was like, I remember thinking, nah,
It's going to
buddy,
get us hurt.
this is I'm hurt watching you do this, and I was only like 20 at the time. Anyway, so they love that. But next week we are back at the shop, not at the hill, at the shop, and we have Adidas joining us. Megan and Sarah, and Tong is going to come because he's an Adidas athlete now, and we will have demo shoes. We will have demo shoes, and tomorrow we will have the Evo Pro up. Well, actually, we're going to do that now, but we will have the Evo Pro up for sale.
Damn.
What
is it, one per size?
No, we got 16 pair.
Oh, shit.
But unfortunately, only men's. Well, only 8 men's was the smallest we get our hands on. So, which is a 9.5 woman. So unlucky, and you can't have the 10
The
because I'm
most
having both
expensive
8.5s.
shoe on the market.
Sorry, Gordy and Darren, you guys
Yeah.
can't have one.
Yeah.
So we'll be here, and
I'm excited for that. It's probably the one racing shoe we haven't seen or tried on.
I have
Like running it.
yeah, properly running it. So
Yeah.
cool. That's all I got.
Fun.
Oh, and they'll have demo shoes to try
Yes.
on. Adidas will.
And
so
there will be
that-
food and drinks.
Yeah.
Food and drinks.
Get along.
Come and hang out.
Then it'll be
Hang up and hang out.
like 10 days till race day.
Yo.
The fastest runner gets to go on the podcast because it'll be Oska.
Not
joking.
on a Tuesday night.
No.
Oh, no, you
We
won't.
got dropped running with
Yeah, we
the
did.
Whippets guys yesterday. We were getting
So
dropped.
sad.
Yeah. Kat was going to
Yeah,
carry
but
on. with
okay,
them.
they've had 2 weeks off, so
True.
I think I ran like
2-week bender.
360.
Bender.
I mean, it smelled a lot like excreting alcohol.
Probably still had some on them.
It's nice to see them. All right, Kat, you got anything to add, mate?
No, that's it for me.
Tell me the triathlete. Turbo the triathlete. Triathlete.
Needs to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Domini's
Eat your
down.
veggies.
Eat your
Enjoy
veggies.
running.
Love you guys. Bye. Bye, Felicia.